recovering from all of last week's driving. Hey, how you doing?
Silver Subaru Outback, Missouri plate XX-ray KK6.
Just say I'm still recovering from all of that driving I did last week.
Copy.
Took all weekend.
2025 expiration on 2013 Subaru 99. Any more? Oh, yeah, the car.
Saturday did nothing. Just basically hung out in the house, watched TV. Oh, we did some grocery shopping at Costco. Me and the kids. I stand by the shopping cart and the kids like to go run and get the stuff. That sounds awful, but it's a camper in a small Ford, whatever they call those. And the weather is cold in the mornings, and it's going to be that way until tomorrow.
621 Jeff, 1019.
And I'm still dealing with this fuel filler. I accidentally shut it on one of our trips back from. And that reminds me, I gotta get gas. Mine. I'll get that in a bit here. But yeah, nothing much other than that. You know what time of day it is. And if nothing happens and nobody wants me to do anything, it's old coffee 30 till the auto parts store opens up, and then, which are probably open now, but yeah, they open at 8, I think. And I'll head there and take care of business.
11:22.
Woohoo!
11:22.
Alrighty then. No turn on red. So we won't turn on red.
Is on. Been tagged.
So let's try this thing out. I can't lean down far enough. Let's get some coffee.
Put some organic dirt, so they're going to plant some flowers and maybe a waterfall or two. Or waterfall,
Hey, I've been given an assignment. Woohoo! We're going to try and figure out why my GPS is not working. But we're going to South Kansas City. Woo-hoo. Oh, I guess my GPS is working. Maybe. I don't know. It's been very problematic today and sort of infuriating. But I gotta learn not to allow things like that to bother me. Just got done with our shoot. Now I'm going in search of this gas lid spring that broke on me. And I usually don't talk about my shoots before they air, but it's probably no secret that everybody these days are concerned about their finances, and so essentially we're talking to financial people and you know, trying to allay or educate people about their concerns and what they can do, what they should do, and all that stuff. And I know what we should do. My wife and I should be investing some. And that sounds counterintuitive now because everybody's trying to bail out of the stock market. They're panicking, but no, you have to stick with it And, you know, it depends on how much risk you want to take versus, you know, sure bet kind of things. So, this Osmo Pocket 3 has a nasty tendency to kind of wander around based on, you know, where the gimbal senses the, I guess the gravity waves are moving. Oh, this truck has got to pull all the way up, which makes me have to pull up, and he's moving up further. But anyway, so now I'm in search of O'Reilly. I think that's where I'm going, O'Reilly, not Parts America. Although I worry a little bit because sometimes sometimes they don't carry all the parts, and they'll tell you, you know, and these days nobody wants to carry anything. They don't want to keep anything in store that doesn't sell like that, which means all the stuff that is widely available everywhere that you really don't need, they'll have. And the stuff you really need that's not readily available, they won't carry. But kvetch. Auto parts store. So the good thing is all these auto parts stores are all pretty much together, like blocks apart. So if one doesn't carry it, maybe the others will. Or maybe none of them will, and then I'll be very pissed off. He's sending me to Napa. At least he suggested that. But I'm not gonna do this all afternoon. Nobody wants to carry anymore. It used to be you could go to an auto parts store, and if your car was reasonably common, which, I mean, Toyotas are the most common cars on the planet. They make incubators out of Toyota parts because they're so commonplace and cheap, and you can't get incubators in you know, parts of the world. They figure out how to make incubators out of Toyota parts, but you know, they can't figure out how to make Toyotas out of Toyota parts in the frickin' United States because nobody wants to carry crap anymore, and it's just real frustrating. It's a real disservice to everyone. So I'm going to try one more place, and then I'm going to be done. I'm going to do what they're forcing me to do, which is order it online. So here is Napa. Last place I will try. Yep, it is exactly what I thought it would be. You either have to go online or you have to go to the dealer. And I don't like either option. You know, the idea behind retail is that you can physically, tactile, feel the object in your hand, see it, see if it's right, see if you can actually try it out first before you buy it. And I'm just tired of all these places just giving up. Why don't you just frickin' board up your windows and your doors and shut down if you're gonna give up everything to go online? I don't care for this. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. I don't know. I'm just tired of this. We're at wife's enemy number 3 because I'm looking for a polarizer for this cage, and hopefully they'll have it, but with my luck, Well, finally, something had to work out, and this is the magic of the polarizer. See the reflections? There they are, and now you don't. Very, very handy, and that's why I'm after one, is because there are times when I need to shoot through glass and stuff, but also they can change the color of the sky and make it really rich color blue, like water and sky, and in addition to
getting rid of reflections in glass.
Hey, as you know, I do it every time I come here to Lee Summit. I don't know where this car is going. I can't tell by the reflection. I like to do a little driving tour, especially of downtown area. We got over here the depot where Amtrak comes in. I believe, what, twice a day? Maybe it's 4 times a day. I'll come around this way. Go underneath the railroad tracks. Well, I'm doing an experiment. I'm using a different camera as my source, so hopefully, again, without the lip flap. But this little camera you can kind of put almost anywhere. It's flexible. Just waiting on another one of those Kansas City lights. Oh, there we go. And then we're gonna make a turn. It's kind of a weird turn. Up here by the depot. I guess it's not so weird. Let's hope we make this Kansas City light. And we're heading back to the station. We are live for Election Day coverage, the church here in Lee Summit, and then we asked some people to ask some weather questions. We're doing that again, and this road is closed, of course. I'm glad I didn't. I was thinking I was going to go that way. I should have gone that way, but I forgot that the road is closed. And the road is closed up here too, I think. Yeah, fine. Doing lots of work, apparently. Beautiful morning. This is supposed to be the last of the cold mornings for a while. It got below freezing overnight. No trains. Woohoo. I'm a weirdo that likes to wait for trains. But yeah, and now the weather's supposed to get really, really, really nice. In time for the weekend. Woohoo! I know it's Tuesday, it's not time to think about weekend yet, but we've had so many crappy weekend days. Like last weekend was really dismal. There's the neighborhood cafe. A local eatery that a lot of people like to go to. There's quite a few good restaurants down here. And every time lately, because of this road construction, I have to detour this way. And I still don't know how to do it. Seriously, yeah, too early. Gives us a chance to come into the neighborhoods. There was a house over here that we looked at. Kind of liked. I don't know. For us, it seemed like Lee Summit is a bit far out. We don't like the commute. And you could end up in a lot of traffic every day. And there's some beautiful houses in this town. It's a really nice town. Road closed ahead. I think they're talking about that road right there. Alright, we're back on 3rd Street. And this is our way out of the downtown area, heading east. Oh, that sun. Oh man. Oh, I keep yawning. We just came out of a coffee shop and did not have coffee. That's pretty amazing. But I should rectify that situation. And 291 is the main north-south strip road on the east side of downtown. It used to be kind of like it was out here, but now it's like in the middle of town. They built a lot of suburban homes east of here. Oh, I gotta stop that. Alrighty, well, that is that for that. Let's go see a person about some cool. I don't understand this. I just recorded some. Oh, there it is. I just recorded something on this. And then instead of hitting stop recording, there's a selection cancel recording, which means it erases what you just did. Stupid. Stupid thinking. Anyway, we're going to pick up the kiddos from their swim team practice, and yeah, let's do that. Hey, how you doing? This morning was sort of fun. We got to go to 3 different schools. The Kansas City, Missouri School District school bond passed, which is the first time that's ever happened since 1967, which is 58, 59, something like almost 60 years ago. And so nothing has come across my docket. Turn the scanner on. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't want to work for us today. So, if I can get across these streets, because everything is really busy right now, I might take this opportunity to, well, you know. This is where all coffee. Today is an anniversary. It's been, what, 7 years since I first started working at KSHB. And it's been a good 7 years. They're a good crew. I wish I had started working for them sooner. I probably could have. I had a rough patch in there. I discovered how deep my ADHD was when I had to be forced to concentrate. Found that if I don't concentrate well enough, I make a lot of mistakes, and that's not a good thing. But I figured it out and got there. And speaking of concentrating, then I started shooting again, and I really like my shifts and working in the mornings. The people I work with, I get along with, and I seem to be doing well, knock on wood. Stella is in for dental work. She's got infection in her mouth and everything, so she's really in a panic. I gotta go in and rescue her. She has got severe separation anxiety. Stella.
There she is. I think they told you she was kind of scratching at the kennel.
Yeah.
So she had like her quicks like a little exposed. So I cleaned them up. I did put some like quick stop powder, which is that yellow stuff. Everything stopped bleeding. She should be fine now.
Are you mad or something, Stella? You're not all excited. Ready to go. Are you ready to flee? Flee the scene? You need to... Home sweet home, Spella. Is it good to be home? Eh. Spella. Are you watching doggy TV now? Still whimpering. The kids have another swim meet today, I think. So Saya got second, and I missed it because I was picking up Zach's swimsuit that he forgot. Howdy. Channel 41.
Channel 41? Okay. Alright. We're going to have to ask you to move.
Okay.
Okay. This is still K-Dot property. You still can't be out here, okay?
Alright.
If you want, you can set up down in the parking lot, anything like that, but everything up until this back side of the rock.
Okay.
Is K-Dot property and you can't be out here, alright?
Alright.
Alright?
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, let me tell you, it turned out to be quite the eventful day. I didn't think it was going to be, but this morning I didn't have a reporter, so I was listening to the scanner and just hanging out, and then fatal accident south of the Miami Johnson County line on 69 highway. It looks like a single truck somehow went off the road, and I guess it killed somebody in the truck. It was a honey wagon, and the smell was not very pleasant. I'm not trying to make light of it, but if you know what a honey wagon is, it's a septic service. Usually they pump out, I guess, septic tanks or you know, pleasant things like that. So anyway, now it's Miller time, so it's time for coffee and a hot tamale. I think the weather is beautiful, probably the best weather we've had yet. And tamales. We are live downtown. It's kind of a fun shoot. They're thinking on building sort of like Boston's Big Dig, I would think. They're going to cover up the highway and put a park over the top. That'd be kind of a neat idea. You know, kind of take away from automobiles.
435,
and give more back to people, which is the way architecture should be. Getting a good look at our live shot location. We've been using this as a backdrop, but now this street over here has gotten so busy that we're just hanging on the other side of the street. But it seems to me they're kind of doing in a very expensive way something that urban renewal has taken away from us. This used to be all buildings and stores and things like that, and then they dug it out and built the highway underneath. And now what they're trying to do is cover up the highway and put a park. And there's a lot of examples of how automobiles have taken precedent over human beings in urban planning and design. And we are going back into the other direction, where we're trying to make things more friendly for humans, and automobiles are becoming more of a secondary consideration. And part of that is using more mass transit, more pedestrian areas, more bicycle areas, more parks. But back in the 40s and 50s, we would flatten whole parts of cities just to build more highways and parking lots. And then we wondered why people didn't want to live in cities anymore. But they did, because that's where the opportunities were. They just moved out into the suburbs and took over more agricultural land. So, yeah. Plus, you know, the thing about people commuting long ways in, and there's still people who do it. There are people who live way, way, way out and commute every day, sometimes 2 or 3 hours a day, driving into the city from a more rural location. But be very happy to see that reverse. And you can see that they're trying to build residential downtown. These are all residential blocks over here. And I don't think it's a coincidence that they're talking about building parkland down here when they've built kind of expensive condo space next to this noise here. And this is something that people put up with, suffer in silence. But if you were to build something like railroads next to a housing area, people complain bitterly, but they never say anything about the buzz of this, which is constant. Matter of fact, I can't even talk over it, really. You have to pretty much shout when you're close to it. And we've been seeing a lot of these come by. And it's very encouraging to see that. It took forever for Kansas City to get their streetcar system back. after demolishing it in the late 50s. You know, again, to accommodate cars. Can't do everything for cars. Cars aren't living things. The people in them are. Beautiful morning. It's a bit chilly with that wind, but otherwise. And you know what time and what day it is, so let's get our grilled cheese. Well, let me tell you, this is quite interesting. It's a mass casualty exercise to train students here at the Metropolitan Community College Medical Sciences department, and yeah, it reminds me of when I did it when I was in the Air Force. I was a victim. It was a train versus a bus was our exercise, and that was way back in 1992, I think, 93, something like that. And yeah, you know, good training. Don't say something like this wouldn't happen, because it actually did, right around the corner here at Union Station. So, yeah, very important. I've decided I don't quite need to go home yet. I got some things I need to get organized. So I'm gonna have my cappuccino. The last shrimp dinner of Lent. Shrimp dinner, shrimp. And the restaurant for the night. Shrimp. Oops. Spilled it in the cocktail sauce. It's terrible. Luke is being the helper. I are overstuffed and sassified. I've been having an issue with these little Bluetooth microphones from DJI and the native video apps, and that they won't pick up the mic and use the external mics instead. So I had to go to YouTube and ask the question, and I believe I got the answer. Use a Rode recording app, open that first, and then the native app should pick up the mic, but we'll see. We'll check it here. I think this is sort of an annual pilgrimage. Got to work on the yard again. I want to plant clover or lavender, not grass. We got our clover. Show me what's in the bag.
Perennials to attract hummingbirds and bees and butterflies.
Yep, we're trying to be environmental.
So we spent more than $200.
Ants again is shopping until our wallet is dropping. All right, they're still shopping. Looks like they're wrapping up. Yeah, Mew! Yeah, Mew! And where's the other pack mule? I'm sure she looks happy about that. The teenager. And there's the baby bird with his little baggie. Oh, the spring activity. So in search of a TPRS adapter for this thing, if I can get it in focus. Hey, never mind. I've come to wife's enemy number 2. You can see I'm wearing the 2 microphones, and it's coming into my phone. There, right there is my receiver. There's the cable coming out and going into my phone, and that's how I'm doing that. I also bought the other kind for my other receiver that the headphone jacks work. This one, something's happened to the headphone jacks, bad cable or something, and I have to look at it sometime, but at least it's working.
And then we have corn on the schwab.
Cornography.
And the schwab.
Grilled. Is that chicken? No, it's pork and chicken. Yum. Must be getting to be that time of year.
Steak?
It's your mistake.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Glory to you, Lord. Jesus proceeded on his journey up to Jerusalem. As he drew near to Bethphage, let us go forth in peace.
There's a donation here.
Easter Bunny is getting some help for next weekend's Easter egg hunt. Easter Bunny's helpers. Panics. Yum. Oops. Moved it over here. Ancien is having panics. The Invisible Man is having panics. And the Invisible Woman is having panics. And I'm having panics. Panics. Costco for the week's resupply of groceries. And I are tired. I need some coffee. All right, doggies, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm taking the dogs out. Taking care of my dogs. Coffee. Come on, pup-pups. You can do it, Jimmy. Come on, dogs. Come on. Let's go. Jimmy, come on. The old thermometer in the car says it got over 80 degrees today. Good grief. I think people are feeling it. Jimmy! Over here! Poor blind dog. Jimmy, over here! Spella! Bring your Jimmy. Come on. Over here. Come on, over here. Jimmy, over here. Jimmy. There you are. Come on, Jimmy. Hey, Jimothy. How you doing, hey? Well, let me tell you, you might wonder why this River Market dog park could be called the Jefferson Highway Dog Park. Well, the Jefferson Highway actually runs on two sides of the park. The south side over there, and then this over here, the east side, sort of. Kind of hard to explain, but it does run around the park. And I think maybe at one time it ran right through the park before they built this highway overpass. And if you cross over the Missouri River, which we're about to do, you'll see the Jefferson Highway's crossing of the Missouri River, which is the ASB Bridge, Armour Swift Burlington Bridge, which is kind of a landmark. Originally it was built for trains and pedestrians and carriages, but then cars came along and it took cars too, and did that till about what, 1987? Up until this, I guess this is the Heart of America Bridge. Bypassed it, but it still hauls trains. And it's a notable landmark here in Kansas City. That's it right there, that big truss structure. And the cars ran, I guess, through the middle and the outside, if you could imagine that. It's on its last days as a bridge, last year's people said it was a pretty scary crossing. But it carried the Jefferson Highway across the Missouri River right into that dog park there. So I think we should tip our hat to history and at least put some signs up, say this is Jefferson Highway came through here. Maybe a little thing that says what the Jefferson Highway was. It couldn't hurt anything. Well, today was a warm day. Tomorrow, we got to get up, go to work again. And hopefully we'll have nicer days to come. Although there's a prediction of possible severe weather again by midweek. Of course, into the weekend, so you know, when we get severe weather midweek, it usually means a gray and yucky weekend. Let's hope not. Alrighty then.